Hello viewers, welcome to Joy's Kitchen. I hope you are doing fine. Today I'm going to show you a very easy way to cook chicken roast. Because we people from Bangladesh or India, we love chicken roast, and our chicken roast is different than British or American chicken roast. We have gravy, we have chili, we have lots of flavor, nutmeg, mace. So I'm going to show you step by step. This is the easy option because I cook in a different 3-4 different way. So this is the easiest one for me. So I hope you're going to find it easy as well. So I'm going to show you every single step of it. So here you go, check the recipe. So I took one medium-sized hard broiler chicken here. You can use soft boiler as well, but I quite like hard boiler for this kind of roast because they cook slowly and they absorb the flavor in them really nicely. And what I done, I used a fork and I forked it just to give it a little bit of bash. And this is I'm gonna make a paste, which is I took 5 to 6 cloves of garlic, 2 finger-sized ginger peas, 1 handful of dried onion or fried onion, and 4 to 5 green chilies. That's gonna be the paste. Then I took around 1 handful of cashew nut. I soaked it overnight and then I make a paste of it. Just cashew nut paste, that's it. You soak it in a hot water and make a paste. I took around half handful of raisin, and I took 3 to 4 bay leaf, 3 to 4 cinnamon stick, 3 clove, and 3 to 4 cardamom. These are the whole spices. And I took here actually 1 teaspoon of black pepper powder, half teaspoon of mace powder, and half teaspoon of nutmeg powder. So these are the dry spice or whole spice I'm gonna use. And that one, like around 4 to 5 red chilies. You can use green chilies as well. I have red chilies. And here I took around half teaspoon of food color, orange food color, and I mix it with water. And that one around 1 tablespoon of powdered milk, full fat powdered milk. Obviously it needs to be full fat powdered milk, around 1 tablespoon. That's going to give a really nice creaminess in my roast. And plain vegetable oil. And this one is Kawra water. Kawra water is kind of like rose water, but they have a little bit different kind of flavor. Not too much rosy, but it's really good and really strong. And as I said, vegetable oil I'm using for this dish, and salt taste wise obviously. And around half handful of fried onion again for decoration. So these are the ingredients I'm using to make my easy chicken roast. So in a large cooking pot, I already added 5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And now I'm gonna add all my chicken pieces here. And I'm gonna fry them without adding any kind of spice, just with salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna fry them for 3 to 4 minutes. I'm not gonna make them too golden brown. It's just I'm gonna give them a little bit of color. As I said, I used a fork to bash them a little bit. I tenderize the meat that they can absorb all the flavor and all the smell from all the spices, because you can see they are quite chunky pieces of chicken. So I'm frying my chicken nearly 2 minutes now, and that's how they look. Still nothing happened anyway, but it's gonna happen soon. And if you are making these roast recipes, you're supposed to cut the meat like that. You can even cut small pieces, it's up to you, but roast, when you say roast, that means like the pieces need to be like that. So yeah, I'm gonna fry them for another 2 to 3 minutes, just like that. After around 5 minutes of frying, that's how my chicken looks now. You can see a little bit sealed from outside, and you can see a little bit of golden bits. So that's how I like. And now I'm adding around 2 tablespoons of food color here, which I showed you before. I mix it with a little bit of normal oil, water. So I added around 2 tablespoons. They're not gonna give any taste, but they're gonna give a really nice color, and that's what we like. And this color is really safe for body, so doesn't matter. That's a food color, so there's no harm in it. But if you want to skip it, you can do it. If you don't like food color, you can just avoid this part. So I'm gonna fry this chicken for another 2 minutes, just like that, with the food color. after 2 minutes of frying, that's how my chicken looks now, because they absorb half of the color in their body, so they change a little bit of color. And now I'm gonna add all those whole spices. I'm not adding the powdered spices now. I'm just adding those bay leaves, cardamoms, cloves and cinnamon sticks, and I'm gonna fry this chicken with these whole spices for another 2 to 3 minutes, just to give the chance to these whole spices to release their flavor in the oil. And chicken also gonna be mixed up with this flavor. So after 3 minutes of frying, my chickens are already flavorful. So now I am adding the mixture, the paste I made earlier, which is fried onion, green chili, ginger, garlic. That's the mixture I'm adding now. Oh, already it smells so good. Any dish you use a little bit of fried onion, trust me, they goes really rich and really good. And people prefer to fry their onion at home, but I don't have enough time, so I use the shop bought one and they do the same taste. Sometimes better actually, I have to say, because they are more crunchy and more sweeter. So I'm gonna fry this chicken with this spices, onion paste for another 2 to 3 minutes. I'm gonna cover my pot actually. And at this moment, if you see your chickens are sticking with your pot and you are burning a little bit, you can add a little bit of boiling water, like very little, 1 or 2 tablespoons of boiling water. And then I'm gonna cover it and cook it for 2 to 3 minutes, just like that. So after 3 minutes of frying, that's how my chicken looks now, because I covered my pot as I said, and I added a little bit of water as well at the same time, like around 2 to 3 tablespoons of boiling water. So you can see my chickens are already mixed up with the onion paste and ginger garlic paste. Now I'm gonna add all half handful of raisin here. Trust me, you just don't avoid this part, because raisin gonna melt in this sauce, and they're gonna give a little bit of sweetness and richness, and when you're gonna eat it with rice or pilau, oh my god, this is so good. So don't forget to add around half handful of raisin. Even if you hate raisin, just use it and trust me, you're gonna love it. So I'm gonna cook this chicken for another 2 to 3 minutes, just like that. I'm gonna cover it and then I'm gonna cook it just like that, 2 to 3 minutes. So after another 3 minutes, that's how my chicken looks. You can see the gravy goes really dark and the meat almost done. They're not gonna take too much because I'm frying them nearly half an hour now, and all the raisins almost melted in the gravy. And now I'm gonna add those black pepper powder, half teaspoon of nutmeg powder and half teaspoon of mace powder. And I'm gonna cook this chicken with these dry spices for another 2 minutes, just like that. And also you can see I didn't add too much spices here. There is no chili powder, no turmeric powder, no cumin powder, nothing. It's so simple, it's so easy, and so flavorful and so good to eat. Trust me, you're gonna love it if you cook it just like that. Follow the way I'm cooking it. And now I'm gonna add around 1.5 tablespoon of cashew nut paste, because I'm cooking one chicken, so I don't need too much cashew nut. So I'm adding around 1.5 tablespoon. So if you're cooking 2 chicken, add 2.5. That's the amount, because if you add too much, that's gonna be too thick and you can't eat it. It's gonna be too much, because already you have fried onion here, so you don't need to make it too unhealthy. So I'm gonna cook my chicken just like that for another 2 minutes. Oh, the smell! Oh my god, the smell is like I'm in the wedding house, or in Bengali we call it biye bari. Biye means wedding and bari means house, so it's kind of like I'm in a wedding house where the wedding is happening. Now I'm gonna cover the pot and cook it for half an hour. So after around 20 minutes, that's how my chicken looks, which is almost done. And now I'm gonna add around 1 tablespoon of powdered milk. This powdered milk gonna give another level of richness. That's quite important. Just use full fat powdered milk and around 1 tablespoon or 1.5 tablespoon. That makes this roast so good. The gravy gonna be, oh my god, so good, trust me. The flavor from the green chili, nutmeg, mace, onion, garlic, ginger, ooh, so good. So my curry is almost done, almost. Now I'm gonna add around 1 cup of boiling water, just to give it a little bit of gravy and to cook my chicken properly. because this is a hard broiler chicken. Don't forget, they need a little bit more water than as usual soft boiler chicken. If your chicken is soft boiler, you don't need this part of water, but because I'm cooking hard boiler chicken, so I need to cook them properly, otherwise I don't want to break my teeth, so I need to cook it. So I'm adding around 1 cup of boiling water, and I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna cook it for another 10 to 12 minutes. So after around 12 minutes, that's how my chicken looks, which is done almost. Now I'm gonna add all those red chilies or green chilies, whatever you have available. I cut them out little bit just to release their flavor, but trust me, they're not gonna give any heat. It's just for flavor. So good flavor. So after around another 2 minutes, my chicken is done, because I'm not gonna cook these red chilies too much, because I want to keep them a little bit whole and crunchy. So now I'm gonna add around 1 cork or half tablespoon of kevra water. Trust me, kevra water is very strong, so you have to make sure you don't use too much, because otherwise you're gonna eat soap. It's gonna taste like soap. So for 1 chicken, half tablespoon or half cork. You know, the bottle cork, you can use half of it, and that's it. And always use your kevra water when your hob is off, not your fire is on. When you switch off your hob, after that use the kevra water, and that's it, done. Don't cook it at all after that, otherwise it's gonna be bitter. So here you go, guys, my easy peasy chicken roast is done, and as you check the recipe, it's so easy to make and so good and so good. You can trust me. So I hope you're gonna enjoy my recipe and cook it, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and follow my recipes and share my recipes with your friends, family and neighbors. And trust me, check my channel and follow this recipe and cook just like that how I cooked it, and let me know how much you enjoy it. So here you go. Bye bye. Ta-da.